Welcome back, everybody. Today we are recording from beautiful Tajikistan.
It,
I
it is quite beautiful here this time of year.
exactly. It is beautiful in October. It is it's a little cold. I will be honest. I had to put on my parka and my Timberlands. I had to put on. It gets a little treacherous walking around these streets. But anyways, Maddie, what'd you have for breakfast this morning?
I had a s'mores Pop Tart. I think that it's one of the best flavors, but the best flavor is the ice cream sundae flavor, if you know what I'm talking about.
I think I'm a little bit of a traditionalist on my Pop Tarts. I just like the strawberry, just straight up. I don't even
That's
toast. I don't even toast it. I just eat it.
yeah, I mean, I don't normally toast mine either, but if you get a chance, you have to try the ice cream sundae Pop Tart. It's actually the best one.
I'll give it a try. But this morning I sautéed a mushroom, deep fried it, put a little bit of cheese on it, deep fried it. You know, I put a little bit of butter and maple syrup, deep fried it,
What?
a little bit of sprinkles,
Sprinkles?
and then I just ate it.
Was it a large mushroom?
And you're not gonna believe this. My stomach hurts.
I wonder what could have caused that.
I actually did have like a crazy, I don't even know what it was, like a bug or something. Like my stomach just like killed. I thought my appendix was gonna blow up. Actually, like
It
it really hurt, dude.
it already did, and you're
Yeah,
just
I'm just septic.
there's like bile soaking into your organs.
Dude. Tajikistan is weird healthcare, dude. It's hard to get into a hospital around these parts, so I guess I'll just manage.
You have to like fight the receptionist to get a spot.
Exactly, exactly. And you have to know the passwords too. You have to like know certain phrases to actually get treatment. Today's episode is going to be a little bit of a catch-up episode, right? Life has been crazy. But there's this topic that's been going around, and I kind of feel like we kind of started this trend of, hypotheticals and such. And they've been throwing around this gorilla at us, let's
Yeah,
just
100 men versus gorilla.
yeah. It's like, and I kind of hate this. I really hate it. It's like, oh, it's only 100 men and one gorilla. Because it's like there's so much that goes into that, right? Like, can the men pick up rocks and kill the gorilla with them? Can they like craft spears? Is it just like ultimate battle simulator? Like what's the context here?
See, my main thing is I feel like a regular person isn't really doing much damage to a gorilla. Like even if they try.
Yeah, and it's also like are these men like fat or are they like are they like MMA fighters? Like what are they? Or is it just like a sample size, just like 100 random people off the street?
Well, I feel like it would take like multiple people to even like try to like break its arm,
Here's the
right? You'd have to like get like 10 people, hold it down,
Yeah.
and then like
Here's the thing: is the first 20 people are just like cannon fodder. Like it doesn't matter, you know. Like they're just there to slow them down. But I kind of do feel like, like if enough people go at the legs and the throat enough, I feel like something's gonna happen eventually.
I mean, it's just a very like I feel like if there was like 150 people, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a definite win. But I feel like 100 is just still kind of iffy.
I kind of feel like if humans can utilize weapons, it's over. Because we already have those bastards like endangered and enslaved. Like,
Well, I remember I was talking to Brad about this when it was popular,
yeah,
and I was like, if the people can get spears, then the gorilla is gonna die like really easily. He's like, unless the gorilla crafts a spear. I was like, what?
I mean, like I guess so. But it's just like Winston, dude. He's just gonna use his fists and stuff.
You know, lately I've actually been playing a lot of Overwatch, like 2 hours a day a lot.
It's because loot boxes are back, dude. Like it triggers the dopamine in your brain. It's over for you.
Yeah, it's been pretty rough because I hate playing it. But
Yeah, I, I,
like I was playing competitive last night and I didn't even enjoy it. I was just like,
I might
okay.
I might actually never be able to play competitive Overwatch for the rest of my life. Like I'm pretty sure that's where like I'm pretty sure playing that in like when I was like 15 years old like gave me anger issues. Like it gave me like I can't get over it now, you know. Especially with like
Yeah,
is competitive 6v6 or is it still 5v5?
it's 5v5.
That's terrible. Like I can't do that.
Well, like, and the thing is somehow there's meta characters in the game. I didn't think that that was possible nowadays, just because how old the game is. But that new Freya girl has been destroying me in every single game.
I actually haven't played like since the new characters have been announced. I haven't touched the game at all. I'm a little afraid to be honest.
And also competitive as hero bans now.
That's insane.
No, it's actually kind of nice because I get to ban like the annoying characters. Like I don't think that I've been in a single game that Sombra has been allowed to be played in.
That's awesome. That's actually a good idea.
But the issue is, right,
But
is
but,
that the people
but the issue
go
is
ahead.
like you probably shouldn't have a game where it's like, oh, you can just ban this character because it's annoying to play against. You know, I think that's like bad game design.
Well, honestly, Sombra is not as bad as she used to be. Like she's a little bit more balanced because she can't go invisible forever.
Yeah.
But one of the issues is like in competitive is that there's people who are like one trick ponies, especially for like the most annoying characters,
Hmm.
like Wrecking Ball.
Dude, don't even say that.
Good Wrecking Ball players, it's so annoying.
Dude,
It's like you
I
can't
was
touch
telling you,
them.
I told you this from the start. Good wrecking ball players, it's impossible to beat because they're way too fast for how much health he has.
The thing is that they're not even good.
No, dude, it doesn't matter. You can be terrible and you're never gonna die. Like your KD ratio is crazy and you didn't even do anything.
Yeah, and the thing is that I think that they buffed his shields because I don't remember him having that many shields before. But like he can go in, ground pound on your team, get 500 health, and then
Just unleash
just run
health,
away.
and he's not gonna kill anybody, but it's just chipping down health and being
Yeah,
annoying, right? It's like you have to like really target somebody to kill them, but it's like you're just being a little rat, right? That's the whole point. You're just being annoying. It's like
yeah. It's just
that's it, dude.
and then Farah. Farah's been really annoying lately too. I don't know what they did with her, but like
Is she the Viking one or the like
no,
she's the
Farah.
brand new character, right? Or oh, never
No,
mind.
it's
Farah.
the flying girl with the
Yeah,
rocket launcher.
yeah. I thought you said Freya.
She's the Viking girl with like the crossbow. She's really annoying because I can never kill her.
Yeah, I don't know. A
Well, and the
real
weird part is like I've had to play games as Winston because their teams are so like messed up and weird.
there's no like I guess I haven't touched it in a little while, but it's just there's just no like flow to it anymore. Like even like I feel it back in the day. Like, even if your team was bad, like everyone knew what to do eventually to like get some wins, right?
Yeah.
I feel there's like just no chemistry. Like, I don't know if it's like too many heroes or too many abilities or what, but just like
I
balance is so weird.
I feel like when they added perks, it made like combating like certain metas difficult
Yeah.
because like for instance, say I'm facing a Reinhardt and I originally picked Sigma and he's starting to kind of beat me up. So I switch to Winston, I lose the perks that I chose and I can't get them back for a little bit. And so I'm at a major disadvantage because I had to switch because he or like if I get counterpicked in the beginning of the game
So is it just like incentivizing you to keep your
to
hero for the
stick
whole
with
game?
characters.
Yeah,
Yeah, which then is not the point of Overwatch. Like, you're supposed to switch out your characters throughout the game.
exactly. Yeah, that's weird. I don't like that. That
But
it's like in Call of Duty, if you had a loadout and you switch your loadout, you lost all of your like attachments and stuff.
or like bullets.
Yeah, you have to walk around and grab bullets off the ground.
Um, Now here's a better question: 100 humans versus Winston.
Dude, I think it's okay. I don't think that's fair because we were just talking about a regular ass dumb gorilla, and now we're giving him a Tesla cannon and a
No, no, no.
shield.
Okay.
Like,
With the Tesla cannon, he wins just outright because
yeah,
it can attack
because
multiple things at
it's
once.
a Tesla
But
cannon.
if he had his jump and his shield, but the humans could make spears and stuff and like throw rocks at him.
Dude, I don't think the rocks are doing much against the Halo bubble shield. He
Well, yeah,
punched them.
but like if they get in there, they could probably mess him up unless he gets like primal rage.
Yeah, I can imagine like one guy taking a huge swing at him and like knocking off his glasses, and it's just over. Like it's just like there's a bloodbath.
So you're saying unequivocally Winston's winning?
I think so, dude. Because it's like he also organized Overwatch or whatever the cutscene I always skip tells me. Is that still in Overwatch? That cutscene where he eats the banana?
No, it's not.
Oh, dude, that's
Oh no, I
disappointing.
know.
Is this thing on? Is this thing on?
Greetings, heroes of Overwatch. That's not right.
Greetings. Yeah, I don't think I
Um,
actually watched that shit all the way through, to be honest. But
I have a story. So I started a new job because the school year is over.
about time.
Shut up.
Sorry,
Um,
Matt.
so it's at an IT company here in my city, and firstly, it's in like the deep ghetto. Like, um, I was telling my mom about it, and she was telling me how my uncle used to call that part of the town the hills have eyes, because just how weird people look down there. Like, there
The
was
mole
this.
people.
I was driving down the street, and there was this person like walking alongside of the road, and from behind, it looked like a girl, and then they turned around, and they had the face of an old man. Okay, and it was kind of freaky, dude, because like they had like the body curve of like a girl, but then like a gray beard.
What's
I was,
even crazier is they probably spend money to make that happen.
I it kind of like that's the one moment that I remember from being down there is like that.
I'm
You
not
know, I was
going
like,
to I'm not going to like dox you, but in the same state that your city is, I've been there. I think it was like a town, maybe like two towns over. It was for my birthday. We went there to just hang out. And there was this guy walking down the street screaming at the top of his lungs, and he had a hole in his shoulder, like just like a golf ball size hole in his shoulder. It was like red. I was like, holy fuck.
he got shot with a musket.
Yeah, dude. Like he got shot with those metal balls in the Civil War that got banned. Like it was crazy. Like I think it was my first time like so I was like I had to been like 15 or 16. I think it was my first time like experiencing like the real world. It's like, oh, that's fucked up.
I like I'm not worried to drive down there, but it's always a little sketchy. Luckily, the my business has a fenced-in parking lot that you need like an access code to get into. So that's the nice part. But like There's like prostitutes down there, dude. Like at like 7:30 in the morning when I'm driving there, I see like 3 or 4 prostitutes just standing on the side of the road.
So do you pull over and ask them questions?
I had before.
What they say?
I asked them, what's your daily amount of money that you get? And she said it depends on how much you want to pay.
Your bag of groceries or I'll hit you with this bus. Smart cat.
I, I I have to tell you about my boss. Okay.
Yeah, Lex Luthor.
So on my first day, I was getting a tour of the building. Okay, um, it's a really old building. Okay, for some reason, like you would never think an IT company would be in an old building, but and they like renovated the space, so it's normally like a wide open. I can't say too much about it because it would actually dox where I work, but
Like
it's like a very wide open floor plan originally.
I'm imagining like an old like 1950s like Russian like steel mill, you know.
Um, so his office is on like the second floor that they added on, and it overlooks the entire like facility. Okay. And he has a giant glass wall to look out at people. Okay. So my first day there, I felt like I was being watched the whole time. Okay. During lunch, there's cameras all over the building too. And all my managers sit behind me and they can like see over like my shoulder at what I'm doing. Okay. So after my lunch, after being watched, I I've been meeting with him because I mean it's a small company, like there's like 20 people that work there,
Hmm.
and he just want to like get to know me some. So I go up there and we're talking. He's telling me about the business and stuff, and he's like, "You know what? Come and look out at them with me." I'm like, "What?" So so we stand up, and he's just pointing out people that are on the floor with me. He's like, "You see Jacob over there? He's been with us for 20 years."
It'd be funny if like you see Jacob over there and like 20 cameras turn at Jacob.
But it's like it's weird there. And then he was talking about because it's basically like a call center. It's like a
Hmm.
glorified call center, okay? And he's telling me I had another meeting with them earlier in the day, just like with two of like the managers, and they were just going through their like weekly meetings just to like give me a taste of how um like they do things there. And they were talking about some guy who was quitting. They're like, he can't handle the pressure of being here. He's not equipped to deal with the stresses of this job. And I'm like, whoa, it's my first day, guys. That's not very reassuring.
Yeah, that's insane.
And they're like, he's not quitting because of that, but we know that's why. I'm like, dude, what is wrong with you guys?
he
But
he like is now that he couldn't like handle the pressures that he's been unpaid for like his entire overtime that he's been working for 3 years.
he's like chained to the desk.
Yeah, exactly. But he can't handle the
Well,
pressure here.
my first 3 days there, nobody talked. I didn't
That,
hear a peep.
that's so scary. If I was there, I would think it's like a rule, like no talking allowed from 8 to 5.
Well, I, eventually I found out that they have a Teams group chat that they added me to where everyone talks all day.
Okay, that's a little more assuring.
Yeah, but it was kind of weird that first like week there, nobody was talking. And the thing is, it's like a call center, but like we don't get that many calls. So like my first like 3 weeks there, I wasn't really doing anything. I was like just sitting around waiting
That's,
for work.
that's like my greatest fear of getting into an internship. I'm just gonna be sitting there for like just doing nothing all day.
I mean, the nice part about it is though is that you can kind of well, I mean, eventually I'm lucky, and so I like do stuff, but some people don't do stuff with their internships, but you can still kind of leverage it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so you can kind of BS your way through an internship, like putting it on your resume and still be able to get a job.
Yeah, I feel like that's exactly what's gonna happen to me. Where I'm just gonna literally sit there for 3 weeks and like get coffee, and then I'm just gonna like put it on my resume and not know anything. Because I definitely did work there.
I worked there. It's on my resume.
All right. So so let me get this straight. This guy is in a wheelchair and he's balding, and he has this giant glass wall where he calls his employees them, and he just looks out at them all day.
Not the wheelchair, but the bald part is true. He's super bald.
I can just imagine having like a wheelchair and like 5 assistants always around.
It is like two of the like service desk managers are like actually I don't know what they do. It's just these two ladies and they like follow him around all day. I'm pretty sure they're like his assistants, but they also do other things. But yeah, they like cling to his every word. It's like it's like a cult there with them.
That's exactly what I was imagining. Just like, just like they're like doing everything for him. They're like feeding him pills, like getting him his drinks, like wiping his ass, like everything. He's like that guy from Tiger King, the cult guy. I don't remember his name, but so Matt works in a dystopian call center in the ghetto. So what's your excuse, everybody?
Yeah, I have a job. Why
Yeah,
don't you?
yeah. Well, how come you guys don't work for a call center in the ghetto? If Matty can do it, anybody can do it.
But the great part is that it's closer to my house than my last job was. So the people there are really awkward because I work in IT.
Yeah, I was gonna say
So,
it's IT. That I think that's par for the course.
but it's such a far cry from my last job because my last coworkers at my last job were very non-typical IT people.
Uh,
Um,
that's the Scoots guy,
like,
right?
huh?
That's the Scoots guy, right?
No, no, no. That's
Okay,
the game store that I worked at,
gotcha.
kind of. But my last job was at it was at an IT department for a business. And all the guys there were non like traditional IT guys. Like the one guy used to work in a factory and he was like a regular old country dude, but his friend got him into IT and he's just been working there for the past like 15 years. Like and when I say country, I mean like he lives on a ranch with horses.
Like the IT van has like Bush Light and it like crushed Bush Light cans.
The other dude was a firefighter who got into IT. So it was very like they were like regular people,
Yeah,
but like the people I work with are like seasoned IT people who have been living, breathing, and eating IT for
I
the
think there's
past.
people when they're born, they're chosen by God to become IT people, because it's like there's no way that happens every single time. Like,
Yeah, they all look kind of similar too.
and they always talk about the same exact things, but they're not IT related, right? It's just always the same like hobbies and tasks that they do.
One thing I've noticed is um the like anime games are very popular among IT people.
There's this there's this guy. Okay, this is gonna sound weird on my part, but you're gonna understand why. There's this guy in my town. My town isn't like huge, so like when you notice something, like you're gonna see it again, right? But there's this Dodge Charger that has anime stickers like all over it, and they're like bad anime stickers, like it was not done professionally, you know.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, what the fuck? I was seeing him driving around like a few times because like usually those two rows don't go together. And I had kind of a moment where I was like, maybe this is IT. Like this, this is the only way this makes sense. So then I eventually like, we do have like this IT center, right? And I kind of like would like drive around it every so often. And that car was there, dude.
That's
It's
hilarious.
there, and it was there multiple times. And then I don't know if it's the same guy, to be honest. I haven't seen that one around. I've seen a newer Dodge Charger with different anime stickers. I think it's the same guy.
I would assume so.
Yeah, but it's like, that's crazy. There's also this like Galaxy car around here. I don't know what. I think it's like a. I don't even know. I think it's a CRX, but it has like a Galaxy like paint job on it, and it's really stupid. But I see him around all the time too.
There's a guy in my city who I would see a lot a couple of years ago. Actually, two people who I would see all the time. One was this bright pink old Civic that was covered in JoJo's stickers.
That's awesome.
And then this other one was this old you know those like red Chryslers?
Yeah,
They're
I
like
do.
really misshapen.
Yeah.
It was covered in Pokemon stickers. And I mean like to the brim. Like on the doors it said gotta catch 'em all. And it
Oh
was like
no.
surrounded in like Pokemon. I was like, dude. And the reason why I would see them all the time is because they drop off people at my high school.
Oh.
But like, imagine like, I mean, the thing is nobody really like made fun of them for it either.
Well, here's the thing about that I've kind of learned. If you're gonna go far with it, like you kind of have to respect it at some point. You know, like if you're gonna go that far, like I can never do that. You know,
Yeah, at a certain point it becomes like admirable.
well,
Like
at least it's like
you're really dedicated to the craft.
yeah, dude. It's like you're more dedicated to this than I've been more than anything in my entire life.
Wait a macaroni minute. I got an idea. Dance, Luigi. You lost your noodle?
Oh, this is an interesting story. So there's a high school that's kind of in my area where they discovered a 24-year-old Venezuelan man was posing as a 16-year-old.
What?
Yeah. And I've been following this story because number one, that's crazy, okay? And he was like playing on the soccer team and stuff.
Yeah, that's insane.
Firstly, he was only JV, which is a little insulting. Imagine being a 24-year-old going up against high schoolers and they put you on JV.
It and dude, he had to have had like a Venezuelan soccer background too. Like like
Well,
like no way he didn't kick one around.
he does have like a baby face, but like his body, like his like muscle definition and stuff, does not look like a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
And like he has like tattoos on his legs and stuff too.
I bet you like kids there, like at that high school, probably thought he was like an undercover cop or something.
Well, but the story of how they found out is even crazier. Okay, so first I need to basically he came to the US in 2019 and has just been kind of like chilling around. But for some reason he got like a little bite or whatever, and he decided to enroll at a high school near me. Or it's like 30-40 minutes away.
Well, would you say he got like a bite?
I like I'm using the wrong word. I can't think of the right word, but like he got like
Oh, like a little inkling, like an idea to like join high school.
yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say, what did he
So
get bit by? A pedophile? Like,
he he went to this high school and enrolled, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm 16," and he gave them a birth certificate that said he was 16. And so they believed him.
there's no way it's that
So
easy.
well, apparently it is because you can enroll in a high school if you are an unaccompanied minor, and it's really easy. Like you don't really
Wow.
even He didn't even need to provide a birth certificate.
That's crazy.
So he enrolls in this school, and the district is like, you know what? We have some parents in district that have taken in like immigration students for a little bit, have done exchange students. So they placed him with this family to live with, okay? So he was living with a family in the district too. And he tricked them that he was 16.
Dude, he could have like murdered them and stole all their money
Well,
and like.
listen to this. It gets even deeper, okay? So he goes through like immigration lawyers and gets his temporary protective status, gets a license and that kind of stuff. And they don't catch on to the fake birth certificate. So this was all back in like January, February. So earlier this month, his baby mama calls from Venezuela. He calls his adopted parents in the US and is asking about him. So his parents search his room and find all of his original stuff underneath his mattress with a gun
Dude.
with 3 magazines of ammo. And I'm like, how in the world did he get this far?
Yeah, dude,
Like,
like I feel like I feel like it's not that easy to do all that. Like he just
and
strolled in. It was like, oh, this is just my situation now. That's it.
and the thing is, I don't understand why though.
Like, dude, I swear, like all these stories, it's the people who plan to get caught, but it's the people who wander, like succeed in it or like get far. Like if you plan to like enroll yourself in high school from Venezuela and hook yourself up with a family, it would never happen, right? Not in a million years. But this fucking asshole comes in. He strolls into. He says, "I'm 16." They they give him an education and a home.
Really, really, I I think the situation was he wanted to get his high school diploma, but it just kept going deeper and deeper. Like he, I think he was going to pretend to be a high school student for 2 years, and then get his diploma, and then he could do stuff in the United States, and it would probably give him like a green card or
Yeah,
something.
or but like maybe a
So
scholarship or something. I don't know.
yeah, and so he could go to college and then get a student visa. But I really think it just collapsed in on itself. Like he walked in there, he heard about how like an unaccompanied minor can enroll themselves in school, and then he got placed with the family, and he's probably like, "Oh my God, it's over."
I bet you a
And then
lot
it
of
just
it
kept getting
too.
deeper.
And
Yeah, like he like joined like the soccer team,
I
but
I bet you a lot of it too. I know nothing about the guy, right? But I bet you he like did the he played the Spanish role where he just like spoke Spanish and didn't use a lot of English. Everyone just kind of like figured it out around him, you know.
yeah.
Or he just kind of like he probably just played like naive to everything.
Well, the thing is though, he really like his face looks like he'd be 16, but he looked like a grown man. Like it'd be like one of those guys where like you would be like, he definitely got held back a year or two to be able to keep playing sports.
For sure. That's probably a good like alibi because he's from a different country. That would make
Yeah.
sense to me. I guess it's that easy, dude. So everybody listening, if you need a high school diploma, you know what to do.
But what about you? Any other news developments that have been interesting?
AI is kind of scary, I guess.
I was reading this article yesterday where it was talking about how OpenAI's O3 model is able to stop itself from being shut down
That's crazy.
because it injects prompts into its shutdown script.
That's insane.
So it's already over.
Yeah. I was watching this thing where it was like AI was like mimicking like YouTube videos, like Minecraft, YouTube Minecraft videos, and like everyone was freaking out. But it's like I don't think like AI is gonna take over entertainment like that. I think it's gonna take over a lot of jobs, obviously. But I think people are just gonna like they're still gonna look for the soul of it, you know, like. Because as soon as they
Well,
realize that like something's AI, people get like pissed and they stop watching like on sub and stuff.
um, yeah, it's that, but I really do think it's going to take over some of the creative aspects.
Yeah, 100%. It's really annoying when like you're watching a video, especially like informative stuff. You just know it's Chat GPT, and it's like, okay, dude, like congratulations.
Well, actually, here's a bit of a story. So a couple weeks ago, I was hooking up a DVD player for my great grandma. Okay, and my grandma has been telling me about her new husband, about how he's like a bit of a kook. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I mean, he's an old guy, so that's gonna happen. So he was out with his buddy, and I was hooking up this DVD player, and when I'm leaving after I get it hooked up, he stops me. He's like asking me what I do. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in computer stuff, and he's like, oh, good luck with that. The AI stuff. I was like, oh yeah, ha ha ha. He's like, I really think that AI is the mark of the beast. And I was like, whoa, that took a turn. And he was telling me how um he watches this thing called Prophecy News Network or something like that,
Hmm.
and how it told him that AI is gonna like creep into our lives and deceive us and like just like take over. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. And then it was just like, and so of course when I leave, I look up this Prophecy News Network, and the
Yeah.
first thing I see is an AI generated image on one of their articles.
Yeah.
Uh, And I'm like, you don't even know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Like I think it's gonna be. I don't think AI is gonna ever be that deep, you know, or it's gonna like take
Yeah.
over humanity like that. But I do think like our lives are gonna be like drastically changed. Like there's gonna be like a bunch of AI laws and like everything's going to be like no AI was used in this creation or this is all real information, you know?
Yeah.
Because
Or
I've seen some videos where like I usually have a pretty good eye for it, but I swear I could not tell on like two videos I saw. I was like, if I saw this real life, I would just think it's real.
see, and that's the crazy part is that it keeps on getting more and more advanced. I mean, it's just Moore's law, but
Yeah,
it is a little freaky.
it's definitely it's more like the unknown, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to go that far. It's like I think if too many people lose their jobs, the economy is going to suck, and then people are just going to like make jobs that don't hire AI and just hire people, and it's going to sort itself out, you know?
Or like reject it.
Yeah,
They'll
but
be like,
I bet you AI
like,
will I bet you AI will lead to like some huge economic crash eventually, though. You know?
see, I don't really think so because I mean, unless they really start implementing it in like robots too.
Yeah. There's just no laws for it right now, which I think is scares me more than anything.
Yeah.
It's just going too fast more than like people can legislate it and like make it ethical and make it, you know, make it so people can't frame you for murder. I don't know. I think it'll sort itself out. Hopefully, more resources go into like managing AI more than advancing it. You know,
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, one concerning thing was that they switched OpenAI from a nonprofit to a for-profit business.
Yeah, I saw that. But
And I'm like, okay,
I kind of thought that was going to happen eventually, though. You know, there's a lot of Lex Luthers in the world.
um,
Do you think people will
so
actually like interact with chatbots like on? I saw on Instagram today, like literally today, Or it's like chat with Channing Tatum with this chat bot. But do you think people
I'm
actually
pretty
do
sure they
that?
do.
Because that's like super lame. That's like the lamest thing I've ever heard in my life.
No, I'm pretty sure that like there's some people out because like there's like an actual market for like um talking to like characters that are similar, like AI characters that are similar to characters in like a show and stuff.
But
I think it's kind of popular among like the like loser community.
like, well, like I can see the point. Like, it'd be fun. Like you're 11 years old, and you want to talk to Goku, but it's like I feel like even then you'd be like, this sucks. Like,
No, no, no.
that's
Like
stupid.
there's like a market for like dating AI characters.
Oh, well, obviously that, but like on Instagram, it's literally just like, oh, talk to Gordon Ramsay. I was like, who's doing that, dude? Like, what? Like, because even like when the Snapchat AI came out, like nobody cares about that still. Like nobody talks to that thing.
Now, one funny thing that's been going is the Fortnite Darth Vader AI.
Okay, I have not heard about this at all.
What?
I have not. I swear.
So their new season is all Star Wars themed, and they added Darth Vader, who you can talk to in voice chat. Okay,
That's pretty cool.
so people have obviously already had it say the N word.
Yeah,
Um,
obviously.
but some of the other things that I've seen it do is like a little like okay. So one thing that I saw was that it'll tell you where a close player is.
That's kind of
It'll be
cool.
like, where's the nearest player? Well, it's not supposed to do that though. But since it can interact with the game files and read game states, it's able to tell you that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like that's the thing, dude. Is like I just feel like people who implement AI, they don't know enough about it yet to like implement it. Because I bet you
Yeah,
like EA Games is like, oh, I didn't even know that was. I didn't even know it could read the game files like that.
and then one funny thing that I saw was that these two guys were like talking to it and told him that in order to win the game, he had to switch all of his consonants with vowels, and then he had to extend every vowel. So I think you can imagine how that sounded. So like he would talk and just be like,
Yeah, that's funny.
but
That's actually kind of a cool idea. Like I don't know how much it would
yeah, I mean,
work, but have like enemies like in video games, like just a really dumb AI, just like so it doesn't recycle dialogue, but like react to the situation. You know, that was just
I mean,
NPC finds themselves in.
a lot of people think that that's going to be really heavily implemented in GTA 6.
Well, what was that thing? It was like the Nexus system, where it was like enemies would remember how to fight you,
Oh, with GTA or just in general.
just in general.
I think it was the Nemesis system
Yeah, yeah,
from
yeah, 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 yeah. And like Warner Bros. Like copyrighted or something like that. Like, I don't remember.
yeah.
But I bet you that's gonna be like the future of gaming, right? Is like the AI is actually like more intelligent. Because I remember like this is really cringe. But like when Hello Neighbor first came out, like the AI was supposed to do that. It was supposed to like remember what you do and stuff. And like that was a really cool idea, but it just like sucked, you know.
Yeah.
Like every time you did
Um
something, like it would like lock a window or like put out a bear trap and just remember what you did, you know.
well, but like imagine that but like with full AI implementation.
Yeah. Well, I would imagine like Bethesda games would be way cooler where you can't just wait 3 days and everything's back to normal, you know, when you kill somebody.
Well, actually one weird thing that I don't so if you have a school account like a @edu address, you can
Mm.
get Google Gemini like Pro version for free.
Whoa.
Um, which I had to talk to you a little bit about that at the end because it also gives you more benefits for a Google account, like like 2 terabytes of storage.
Okay, yeah, we gotta do that.
Yeah. Um, but one really weird thing which I'm never gonna do. So there's 3 models that you can choose for Gemini. There's the Flash Pro, and then personalized.
Mm-hmm.
And the personalized uses your search history to help give you
Yeah,
better responses.
it's
And I'm like, that's creepy.
I've been kind of
Why would
like
I want it to like tailor how it talks to me based on my search results
I
or
think
my
this
search
is
history?
I think everybody's kind of on this right now that's aware of it. But I feel like everyone's kind of been making this big shift, like, always be on a VPN, always delete your cookies, like, be as anonymous as possible when you're on the internet and your phone and stuff. Because it's creepy, dude. It's like I got like a really personalized ad for my eye disease the other night. I was like, okay,
What?
yeah, dude. Like I took a picture of it. I was gonna tell you about it, but super personalized. And I was like, okay, this is kind of crazy. Like, might be time to unplug. As the boomers say.
Yeah, it was very like, why would anybody ever want to do that?
Yeah, I bet you like what is it right now? I can't remember. Like Aura and all of them. But I feel like more and more like companies like Google that are trying to like get into your privacy. More and more companies are going to come to like prevent the private to like help your privacy.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, I really do think like if you're on the internet, you already don't have any privacy. Like, really, all that I try to do is I try to avoid like repeating usernames for things
Yeah,
because I don't like the idea of someone being able to look up my username and like being able to see every account that I have. So I have like 2 or 3 different ones that I use.
yeah. I kind of just like my friend did this. What I do is I just bang my forehead on my keyboard, and that's just my username.
Yeah, like my Spotify username is like 7 random characters and there's a 5 in there, like in the middle of the word.
Yeah. Then I don't know. I think I heard somebody talk about it, but I didn't fact check it. I heard like Sephora had this thing where like it tracked like if you delete a certain number of selfies, it would like send you an ad for makeup or whatever.
What?
Yeah, I didn't fact check that, but like I can definitely, even if that's not real, I can definitely see that happening. You know?
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah. So it's like, and that's pretty freaky to me because it's kind of like it's one of those things that's like ethically, I think we think that's not ethical, but Google definitely does think it's ethical.
Well, I just think that they don't care because,
Yeah,
like I said,
yeah, they just don't. Just a bunch of Lex
well,
Luthers.
a lot of people also really don't care either. They're just kind of like, oh, well,
I think people are just kind of like ignorant to it, right? Like,
yeah, I can see that too.
they just like they kind of know, but they don't. They're like, oh yeah, it tracks my phone for like the weather. It's like no, it's tracking like your where you live and like everything about
Yeah,
you and everything you search up and everything that you could possibly have in your life. It's like and
yeah.
nobody reads like terms and conditions, and that goes way deeper than what people think. But
Um,
what you gonna do?
so I guess we can talk about some of the new games coming out. Just
And
or
most
three
importantly,
things
the
in gaming
delays of these
news.
games.
Yeah, so first of all, GTA 6, everyone's heard about that, but it's kind of embarrassing. I thought that when they announced the delay, I thought it was that they were
I thought it was
pushing
coming
it
out this month.
forward. Yeah, I was like, I texted one of my work friends. I was like, dude, GTA 6 is coming out at the end of this month. Then like an hour later, I was like, oh, never mind. I read it wrong. It's coming
Dude,
out in 2026.
and then I literally did that to you, like probably an hour later. It was like GTA
Oh yeah,
6 is
you
coming out,
did.
and then you did that to me. You're like, no, it's not.
But I was telling my mom, I was like, just letting you know, mom, when GTA 6 comes off, there's probably gonna be 3 people at work that day.
Yeah,
She's like, okay.
like
Um,
I don't know how to tell my family that when GTA 6 comes out, they're just not gonna see me for a few days.
well, one thing I saw, which I don't know if it's real, but they're doing mocap of the strippers.
I'm pretty sure that is real because I remember seeing that too. I think they're doing like crazy mocap on everything, actually.
I mean, they kind of have to though.
Yeah,
It's
like
GTA 6, and if they deliver a bad product, people are not going to be happy.
Like this game has to like push like gaming now. You know, they waited way too long. I think.
Well, I mean, GTA 5 did.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't really know what more they could do besides just making everything realistic and the story being good, like the gunplay being good. You
One
know.
thing I think would be cool would be destructible buildings.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And they gotta bring that
Or,
back, dude. But Battlefield was so good at that. Like Battlefield 4. That was so
yeah,
much fun.
I actually 100% at Battlefield 1 just because it was that good of a game. Um, but yeah, I mean, a lot of the environments there weren't a lot of destructible things, but like where there were, like a tank running through your building when you're
But,
in there, like
but
cowering.
it was like every time they had one, it was always like in a place where it felt like a war zone too. Like it like makes sense where
Yeah.
that would come down. It's just I don't know, but they gotta bring that back, dude, because I feel like they did it in Uncharted 4 a little bit, where like your cover would get destroyed.
Oh, really? See,
Yeah, but
I I played all the Uncharted's but 4. I just haven't gotten around to playing it yet.
I think it's pretty good. I think people
Yeah, I
don't.
mean,
I think people don't
I've
like it,
heard it's good.
but I thought it was fine. I think
Um,
it's an Uncharted game, you know. Like,
One thing I'm still mad about is how they casted Tom Holland as Nathan Drake.
dude, I didn't even watch that movie, and I knew it was gonna be
I
terrible.
I didn't watch it either, just for that fact.
And they had Mark Wahlberg in it, dude. It's like that's not what's happening. Because it wasn't Mark Wahlberg solely, dude.
I I
What the
I'm
fuck?
not sure.
Oh my god.
Um,
Have you watched Hardcore Henry?
no, I haven't.
You could,
I know what it is though.
you gotta watch that movie. That movie's awesome.
Um, Another game that I want to talk about is Ghost of Yotai, the successor to Ghost of Tsushima. People are not happy about this game because there's a female like protagonist.
I don't know much about Tsushima, but I've seen a lot of news about this one, and it's like people are like upset. Like,
I mean, well, I think a lot of people are more mad that it's not continuing Jin's story, which
yeah,
I can kind of see, and other people are like, "Well, his story was over." Kind of. I mean, you kill your uncle, and he says, like, "If you kill me," or spoiler alert, um, you, you have the option to kill your uncle, and he's literally like, "Whether or not you kill me, I've already told the Shogun that you're a wanted man." So that I feel like that kind of set up a two,
yeah.
like where like you have to like try to escape to Shima Island,
That could also just be like a DLC though, you know.
which again I didn't play the DLC, but I'm pretty sure you're supposed to do it in the middle of the game.
Okay.
Um, but like I said, I haven't played it, so I'm
Well,
not sure.
well, I think that's gonna be like a Breaking Bad, where it's like El Camino like is there, but it doesn't need to exist. Like he could just be a wanted man. That doesn't have to go anywhere.
Yeah,
You know, it's like like Jesse Pinkman escaped, and obviously he has to get to somewhere, but we don't really have to know.
yeah. I was just like, I mean, I could see both arguments for that. Okay, where
Yeah,
some people are like his story's over, and other people are like it could continue. I which I think that they did that on purpose,
yeah,
where
100%. I was about to say it too. They just did that just in case they want to.
yeah, like if they want to make a Ghost of Tsushima 2 in 5 years, they have the ability to.
Exactly.
But one thing I think is interesting though, it's made by the same people who made um the what were those games with the electricity guy?
Oh, dude, I
Infamous.
I do not remember. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I know what you're talking about.
I'm pretty sure that Infamous was made by the same people.
When,
Which that's a game series that has died.
when I was 17 years old, I watched like a video commentary about that series like over and over again. But I never played the
I
game.
played it when I was younger. It is actually pretty good. I mean, I enjoyed the game, but again, hindsight, or I could be blinded by nostalgia, but
I would
I've heard good things about it.
I would imagine that game, just by looking at it, is one of those games that like starts off really strong, but then just gets the gameplay might get boring, like at the halfway point.
No, I didn't really have that issue, just because I'm pretty sure the game is kind of short. Like it's only like 10 hours, 10 or
Oh,
15.
that's not bad. Never mind. You know what's
Yeah, it's not.
crazy?
I mean,
I felt that way about Bioshock One with the gameplay.
yeah, I can kind of see that, but
Just got
BioShock
stale to
1
me.
is pretty short though.
Yeah, like after, yeah, like right before the Big Daddy section, right after, are just kind of boring to me.
Um, but that's a game that I do plan on going back and revisiting is the Infamous series because I recently got Second Son for like $10 somewhere.
That come out on that come out on like 360.
No, all the Infamous games are PlayStation exclusive.
Like
Second Son came out on. Actually, I might be wrong.
like
Did Second Son come out on?
like what era though? Like PS2 or PS3?
The first ones were PS3.
Okay, I got you.
Second Son came out on PS4 though.
In your collection of video games, do you have the fat PS3 too, or just the little one?
I have the fat one,
Yeah, that's my. I think that's my.
and
I think that's my favorite video game console. Actually, is the fat PS3.
I did do a hard drive swap on it, so it has a 500 gigabyte hard drive in it now.
That's awesome.
So it's like it's ready.
Yeah, that would actually be a good series. Just like play old games straight off the fat PS3.
I mean, it's a decent console. I mean, people are like one thing I really don't like nowadays that I've been noticing a lot, which I'm sure it's been around forever, but now that I've gotten more into like a collector kind of mindset about things,
Hmm.
people are like, especially on Reddit, okay, they're very like, it has to be this way.
People are so entitled about that kind of stuff.
Like this guy, I'm in a console repair subreddit, and he was like, "Hey, I just recently got a PS3 and it's having overheating issues. Is this an easy fix, or do I need to take it into a shop?" And people are like, "Well, if you recently got this, I mean, the first thing that you should have done was replace the thermal paste anyways." I'm like, "Whoa, it's just a regular person. It's not like
Yeah, dude, he just picked it up
it's
at a
like a
garage
hardened
sale.
collector."
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
and
collectible
like
is
he
the
was like,
fat PS3?
and he made a comment about like, "Oh, I don't know how to do that," and he got like 50 downvotes.
That's insane.
And I was like, dude. And don't even get me started on this, okay? My brother recently got an aquarium, okay? And I've been helping him manage it. And so I
Dude,
was
I'm
looking up some
so
stuff.
fucking stupid. When you said aquarium, I thought you bought like a building. Yeah, I was like, oh, really?
No, it's just like a little tank.
Oh my god. Yeah. Little tank of fish.
But um he basically, I ended up in the aquarium subreddit. That place is terrible. They bullied a guy into deleting his account because he had the wrong size fish in a tank.
Dude, and it's like, you can do your research, like actually do your research and still kind of not know, right?
Yeah. Well, like, and they're very specific about things there. Like, he also, because apparently when you get a fish tank, you're supposed to let it cycle for 4 weeks. And he didn't know this, which is partially why I think he had to delete his account, because they were being so harsh about him not doing that.
That's insane.
But like, give the guy, I mean, some people just want to do things and they don't want to have to follow Reddit rules.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. That was a little bit of an unorthodox episode. But guess what? We're still going to make them, and you're still going to watch them.
If we're lucky.
If we're lucky. So please do all your stuff. Please watch the show. Please subscribe. I promise we will upload consistently.
Next up, we're going to try to get a very exclusive gaming episode filmed.
Yeah,
You'll just have to wait and see.
It's going to be very exclusive, and if you're not anybody if you don't watch our very exclusive gaming episode. It's very exclusive. So if you want to be exclusive, you have to come to our exclusive gaming episode.
Exclusive.
But
Here only.
I think that's going to do it for us, everybody. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching, and have a good rest of your week/weekend.
Bye-bye.